How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to drive the all-new Rolls-Royce Ghost. No longer do we have a BMW engine. Oh, couldn't have that in a Rolls-Royce. We now have the same motor from the Rolls-Royce Phantom, a 6 3/4 liter twin turbocharged V12, making 563 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. This car is all-wheel drive for the first time ever, which means 0 to 60 happens in a pretty impressively quick 4.2 seconds for a 5,600-pound sedan. Now, we've got their new Planar suspension system, which soaks up bumps like no other car manufacturer in the world. It actually uses the GPS along with the transmission to pre-select gears and make sure that it's set up for curves ahead or difficult surfaces when you are farther down the road. Now, let's go ahead and hop on the inside of the Rolls-Royce Ghost. I love this mandarin colored interior. You can get optional rear seat entertainment, even with HDMI ports, so you could conceivably play Xbox or PlayStation if you wanted to. Starry Night headliner up above, which actually has a Starry Night shooting star feature. So every once in a while, you'll see a shooting star go across the sky. How crazy is that? Now, we can go ahead and close the door by pressing this door button here. And for the first time ever, you can actually open the doors automatically. For some reason, this isn't working on this car, but the new Ghost, if you pull on the door like this and hold the door handle backwards, a motor will actually push the door open for you like this. And it even has a gyro, so it can control if you're on a hill, it doesn't fling the door open too fast. Now, you can close the doors by clicking on the lock button right there. Go ahead and click this right here. Also, for the first time ever, the grille, which is now smaller, is illuminated at nighttime. So we've got LEDs in the grille that diffuse light to create a really classy ambiance, which, you know, if you didn't already know it was a Rolls-Royce at nighttime, now you're really gonna know. Spirit of Ecstasy in gloss black. If you try to steal it, boom, it flings out of the way. This thing is absolutely massive. Now look at the size of the rear trunk. I mean, there's literally endless amount of space. All right, let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat and take the new Ghost for a spin, shall we? Hopping in reveals that massive steering wheel that is typical with Rolls-Royces. Feels like I'm piloting a mega yacht. Now, in this case, there's no button over here like it used to be. You go ahead and hold on the window button, and then it will close the door for me. That is nice. Now, can you do the seatbelt for me as well? No, that's not an option, I guess. To turn the car on, we've got the start button on the left side of the steering wheel. We have a digital instrument cluster similar to the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Nice digital display here with much better graphics than before. You can control everything down here with this gorgeous scroller with the Spirit of Ecstasy on it. If we scroll over to My Vehicle, you can change anything from interior lighting to a bunch of different options. There are a decent amount of things you can play with in here. Oh, my Spirit of Ecstasy is down. Let's raise it, shall we? Boom, and there she is. Now this, at nighttime, actually illuminates with little stars. It looks like there's dust on it, but actually these are little dots that illuminate the Ghost logo, which I think looks extra classy. Now we also have massage functionality. If we click this button right down here, I love how easy that is to use. It's got different levels of massage. Look, you can even choose different types of massage. Oh, a whole body exercise. I haven't been exercising enough, so time to work out, I guess. Now to put the car into drive, go ahead and pull on this stalk here. That put it into drive. You click at the end for park, and then you can click low if you want it to be in first or second gear for a little faster acceleration. The climate controls are absolutely gorgeous. We've got these little hockey puck style things to change the temperature. And then we also have these dials that switch from off to soft. There's no low, there's soft. Heated steering wheel, heated and cooled seats. We've got heated seats back there. Really cool camera system as well. Let's go ahead and pull that up. We can go to a 3D view of the car. And then if I go ahead and drive along, it shows me driving the car. How crazy is that? All right, let's go ahead and pull out onto the road with that massive twin turbocharged V12 engine. And off we go. You know, it's funny, it's so isolated from the outside environment that it doesn't actually feel super fast. You're gaining speed quickly, but the sensation is still kind of relaxed, even though you're accelerating really quickly. I love the fact that there's no RPM gauge. Instead, it has a power reserve, because RPMs aren't classy enough for Rolls-Royce. You have to have a power reserve. So essentially, when I'm off the gas, it's got 100% power reserve, and then when I get on the gas, as you can see, it's dropping towards 0%. Even the turning indicators feel nice on this car. Literally every single thing you touch in the Rolls-Royce Ghost feels like quality. The volume controls feel nice, these scroller wheels. I mean, every single thing has an extreme attention to detail. Now, one of the reasons why the new Ghost is so quiet is they added 220 pounds of sound deadening to the car. And they also tuned the ambient frequencies of every component inside the car to sound like a soft whisper. Apparently, when they added the 220 pounds of sound deadening, it was so isolating inside of the Ghost that people started feeling sick, like it was an isolation chamber. They literally did too good of a job at making the car isolated from the surrounding environment. So they tuned things like the vents as well as the seat rails to have this nice whisper, is what they call it. I'm not quite sure what a whisper means in engineering terms, in terms of its frequencies that it's emitting, but it works really, really well. I mean, this car is unbelievably quiet. I love the fact that you can really feel the massaging seats well in this car. Traditionally in cars, you can't really, but oh no! What if we're approaching a bad environment up ahead? We can lower the Spirit of Ecstasy so that people won't know it's a Rolls-Royce. That's how I've heard that explained, and that makes absolutely no sense. Obviously, this is a Rolls-Royce, but we're gonna go ahead and raise it up because honestly, it looks like a really cool view over the hood. It's like sights of a gun, the most comfortable gun of all time. I love the analog clock here. Now, the brakes aren't that great. It's 5,600 pounds. It slows down, but remember, it is a very big car, but it picks up pretty darn good. Now, we've got all-wheel steering, so maneuverability at low speeds is actually pretty darn good because they turn in the opposite direction at slow speeds and they turn in the same direction at high speeds for more stability. It's a massive car, but it has the turning radius of an average-sized car. In terms of driving experience, it's so easy to drive. I mean, I can steer this thing legitimately with one finger. Anybody could hop into a Rolls-Royce Ghost and immediately feel comfortable behind the wheel of it. It's that simple. It doesn't feel overly huge behind the wheel either. Feels like you can tell the dimensions right away in the car. It's not intimidating whatsoever. I really do like this color combo, the satin gray and the mandarin orange interior. It's pretty cool because on the outside it's a little bit of a sleeper spec being gray, but then on the inside it is absolutely wild in terms of its spec. I will say the exhaust doesn't sound all that great in this car. We'll put it in low. It almost doesn't really sound like a V12. It sounds more like a 6-cylinder. It doesn't penetrate much into the cabin. I almost feel like because it doesn't sound great and because it's not that loud, they almost should have done more sound deadening to the point of where you can't even really hear it. Now, I understand people are going to freak out because eventually they're going to make an electric Rolls-Royce, so probably wait for that. My other complaint about the car is that it doesn't have any sort of self-driving. The BMW 7 Series has lane keep assist. It can speed up with traffic, slow itself down. It can basically do everything that Tesla can. Because of the connection with Rolls-Royce and BMW, they could easily use that technology in the Rolls-Royce Ghost. Now, for some reason, Rolls-Royce is claiming that the technology isn't up to par with Rolls-Royce's standards, which I truly don't understand because Tesla has a very, very good self-driving system, and it's likely better than 99.9% of drivers on the road. But apparently, it's not up to Rolls' standards, so they don't want to put it in the car yet until it's ready. Maybe they're waiting for their full electric Rolls to release that functionality. But I will say it's nice to have in a luxury car where you're just driving along and then the car is doing all the work for you. I'm sure a lot of Rolls-Royce clients hire a chauffeur, but being the Ghost, it's the slightly lower end model compared to the Phantom, of course. This starts at $343,000, so no, it's not low end in terms of its actual price. It's as much as a house, but it is lower end in the Rolls-Royce spectrum compared to the Cullinan and the Phantom. a lot of Phantom clients will hire a chauffeur to drive them around. But in the Ghost, you know, it's a smaller car compared to the Phantom. You could totally drive it around yourself, and I feel like people buying a $340,000 car are less likely to want to hire a $100,000 a year driver than somebody who's paying cash for a brand new extended wheelbase Phantom. Now, special thanks to Monza Exotics for letting me review this car. They are a luxury and exotic car rental service. They've got everything from Ghosts to Uruses to Huracan Evos. So I've got a link in the description below to their page as well as their Instagram. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.